Alright, a phone works two ways. Basically everything works two ways if you get it. But, putting the finishing touches on the Kickstarter page, of which I don't know what else to cover. I mean, I built the brand, I made a product, now it just has to be public, and I would prefer the system be shared versus you paying me. That's what it comes down to. I put 4777 because the 7 pebble stuff, and there's a 4 in front of it, so I was just playing around. I know now that I've got the project done, or will be completed in 2024, 2025 is when I work on the drink company, and that's only going to take like 3 months if I work and do all the money myself. Now, if I receive the $47,000, that's all going to go into hotel costs and equipment, so that way I can do multiple things. But the primary thing is on my 8 hours a day, give back more than I've received. So I'm going to work on my fitness, do basic exercises in there that doesn't require equipment. So lunges, squats, push-ups, all 3 variations to work the entire pectoral. And a real good trick is like flexing. Like when you're just walking, try flexing different parts of your body normally, and you'll see your body adjust and realign the spine and legs and hips. And it takes practice, because at first you're like, oh, this is weird. And then you actually get it locked in, and then you're like, wow, that's how you're supposed to walk. So 1 step at a time. It's a miracle with everything, and I've explained it in the channel. Now, what I don't... At some point, there's going to always be mystery. Let's go ahead and line that out. So, in hope, you chose the woman or man or dog or oven that makes you warm on the inside. So, this is not about finding someone else. It's about finding out and remembering why you smiled those first times, why you chose in the beginning. Not to search for something new, but to work on yourself, not to become who you were, but a better version of your happy self. So, and I even though this is a sad story now because there's no happy ending, well, there always is. I'm alive every day, so... sorry, I was rubbing my leg and I realized that was a cue for someone. And she's probably confused as fuck in how I did all this, but I told her straight up, I'm a time traveler. Alright? I don't know how else to explain it. There's not a word for what I had seen, what I had done. So, I'll just make it as quick as possible and be out of your life until you're ready to come find me. So, and then just take moment by moment, because it's a challenge. There's 2 different types of dreams. There's positive and negative. There's a acknowledgement that needs to be made that something from your past you haven't acknowledged yet, which causes you to search for something in the future and drive for, that is very hollow. You know it's just an end result. It'll get you through a hard moment. Now, acknowledging those patterns, you'll be able to predict certain things. You won't know what it is. You just know a huge event's going to happen. And you know it's going to change people's lives. You don't know whether it's good or bad either. But it's on you to do the good part to that point until you're able to make it a good moment, a huge good moment. So... and then with introducing new people into that, because you're a good person, you're going to have to learn how to adapt quick, like so quick. And explain to them straightforward. I may say some crazy shit, but you know my actions. You know I get the job done. You know I do it right. I may not have the words to say, but I know to shut my mouth and keep moving forward, just like we all do. So, $47,000. The reason for that is because I've been on technically I could have been off of disability 2 years ago and then just stayed with my one and then been happy in the moment, made it for what it is. But there was this underlying uncommunicated thing. So, and everyone kept arguing this with me. I even had the issue that's what got me kicked out of the Uplift Center. They're like, you need to communicate with people. So I'm like, communication is not a problem as long as I'm doing right and, you know, the people I'm working with are doing right. There's no problem. I don't need to tell you what to do if my actions are actually cleaning the entire place up. So unless, and that was the kicker, is like, that is my job. And I'm like, I understand that. Well, then make sure there's paper towels in the bathroom. Make sure advertising for the community is more positive versus drug and deaths happening every so often. And I'm like, the easiest way to do that is calm the homeless shelter, you know, make it a more family-friendly environment versus just a place to sleep. Don't treat it like a prison. You'll start drawing prisoners type deal. But that wasn't my job, and I was tackling too big of things. And then I got readjusted by someone special, the one I got the tattoo for. And this entire Kickstarter process was so easy once all the pieces fit into play. And I've been telling everyone, you know, life isn't hard. If you have fun, you can spend thousands of dollars on therapy and what have you. They ain't going to tell you life lessons because their sole purpose, their career is to keep you in that seat. All right? If you don't see that and that money spent is then diverted away from your vacation, the actual positive social time, that burning money that you'd be able to do the 777 for, that's what this is about. Learn to talk. Find out those hard things that make you cry and make you smile, that you're scared of. Talk with your mom, talk with your dad, talk with your brother, talk with your sister, talk with your children. Then after that, what you learned. All right, because you're confusing them as well. They're learning your habits. So I request $7. Okay, because that's the good thing to do. Whatever your belief is, you can make associations. That's fine. I'm not tuning anyone out. My goal would be to get $25 million because then I can fast track all this within 3 months. Get my trademarks knocked out of the way, get the business companies up to speed, and pay for the accident. So I hit a 20-plus foot truck with trailer, and I didn't see it because the audio signal. I tried to explain this. There's a gentleman that asked about certain stuff in my most recent videos, which went dark, and I didn't want to do any of that, but I knew what to say. I knew how to handle the program. I knew how to de-stress on YouTube, which I don't want anyone to post their personal stuff, unless if that's part of your process. So, and don't learn from me bad habits. This is all bad habits. You don't air family laundry. Those are private, personal secrets. So that's why we're doing the decentralized server, and I'll teach you how to encrypt it, and then you remove a chunk of the information after it's encrypted, so you're not going to know what it is. All right, and it's not a hard process either. You just change it to ones and zeros, and then remove every fourth or fifth one, and then remove a chunk out of there. That's simple. And I can teach you how to program the programs offline, so that way you have no internet contact. So, and then you just destroy the hard drive after you transfer it. That's simple. So, anyways, I know how to protect my family. I know how to make sure you're safe. I know how to develop and train other individuals to do the right thing. It's the right thing. All right, $7 is a meal, a coffee. It's literally a coffee at this area. So the coffee of my choice, and will always be with one special person. What is it? a shot, wait, 2 shot, a latte, extra shot and sugar. Oh God, I had to remember what I used to say at the drive-through window. All right, and then otherwise it's just black, and not just black. I always water it down halfway so that way I can drink it instantaneously. There's no wait. I don't have to hold it. I don't have to worry about spilling it on my crotch and piss myself. Look, so. God bless, and I hope this is okay for you. So I love you, and go hug your mom and realize that you weren't speaking her language, and all she could do is hug you and kiss you and throw money your way because you were crying and you broke her heart and you guilted her into it. Go cook her a nice dinner, okay? I don't have that option anymore. That's what my one was trying to convey to my sister, but my sister knew more. She had more experiences, and now my one's going to see those experiences and be fucking confused. But I'm okay. I've explained in my videos my process. Eventually the emotions release as long as you hit those key words and do a completed thought process. It's not that you're bipolar or any of this, all right? It's your light shining. It's you refocusing your frequency that you're putting out, the stance and stuff. So that way people don't come over and start harassing you. You get through that thought process and then you move on, all right? It doesn't mean that you get rid of the thought process, no. It means that later on in life, you now know that key idea, that key moment that'll drive you to take that next step when your family breaks down in the middle of the desert and you have no resources. Okay. All right. I hope that makes sense. God bless. I love you.